What's up guys, OG2K here, and today we will be showing you guys how we absolutely dominated Fancy, the belt winner from last year, the Madden Bowl champion, and arguably the best player last year. This year, um, I don't know, Henry's the best player, but last year Fancy was the best, so we'll give him that. But right here, we just played a very, very good game, and we really will break it down for you guys how we just played such a dominant game here. Getting into it, he's got a Gabuka on his team. We're rocking 50 commanders, 20 breakouts, and essentially we are in the New Orleans Saints defensive playbook. Nickel 2-4, we are just going to be trying to get sheds, trying to get, good switch stick sound coverage in the, what's it called? The four double or nothings are very, very big for this defense because you're relying on them to shed. So right here, we have our safeties on. Normally we have them on close and pinch, but since he has Thornton here, we don't have them on close. We just have them on pinch, and just default for the other thing. So that is to defend the deep streak that they pass lead out here. That is why we have it like this. He might, he still has it there. We tried to switch stick it like first play of the game. He just, gets a very big, touchdown there. Pretty crazy. So that is something about Fancy. He will go deep. He is not afraid to look at any part of the defense and attack anywhere on the field. But since we are on offense now, Miami Dolphins offensive playbook, pistol is close. Miami package is already on, and that puts our fullback in the depth chart at our left tight end spot, which is perfect for our personnel. As you could see right there, we hit a corner route. They beat man in zone. But why this works is they beat man in zone, but the combo itself, dollar, so spread line, the run gaps are here because he's spread line, but here we pass streak, pulls all those, the deep blues and his user here, corner gets outside of, the flats and above them, and gets outside of like a deep quarter or a deep third. And then on the backside, this drag could help take his user as well. And then this inverted whip, it does a very, very good job at replacing the area that the drag occupies. So if they follow the drag with their user and they don't have his own, the inverted whip will be there, and that's what that is for. But that outside corner just kind of like, bolted inside. So we take our easy, big gain there. And if he's in dollar, we set it again. Sorry, we set it before. Like if he's in dollar with the spread D line, look at these gaps here. We're just going to run dive up the middle, first down every single time. So right here, we called a, corner out inverted whip that'll occupy the middle and the sideline. And we just try and take a safe route. We're not trying to throw on his switch stick. He does have a solid switch stick. So, got to give him that credit. He's hovering with his user here. We might untarget him because we know he's just not going to use our blitz. And that's what we do. So he calls the loop. And the corner out is just there. They beat man in zone. They're good on the short side and the wide side. But important thing, let me get back to this. You want to call and have this red route on the short side so that when you audible to split close pro, the motion wheel that goes all the way across is going to the wide side of the field. And that helps for the corner out we like to do in split close pro. So the combo we call though, curl, curl, corner, corner. What that'll do, these curls will occupy the yellow zones and the deep blues, and then this Texas will get underneath them, and then these corners beat man and zone, so you might have them, and we just had the corners, both of them I think here. So again, on target as user, and we just have both of them. So not good defense out of Fancy there, so that is why that worked though. So let's get into defense again, and he just returns it out like I don't know, he just kind of bursts it around with a Gabuka, so gets it out to the 50. Not the end of the world. Still got plenty of room. First things first, and I think he's still on a pick there, by the way. We're gonna look when we're switch sticking against these bunch players. We're looking at this player right here to see if he goes on a seam streak, because that'll actually get inside of a outside third here. So we got a switch stick onto him, take away the streak. Or if he's on a corner, it'll get above this flat here on the hard flat. So we got a switch stick onto him and essentially play man to man. And then when you do that, if this guy's on like a deep cross that goes across the face of this middle third, we're going to have to switch stick onto the middle third and cover this guy man to man. And then say this guy's on a drag, this vert hook takes it, this guy's on an inverted whip, this guy could take it after a switch stick. And then you got to watch for playmakers as well. So he calls, actually he called corner instead of like a backside combo, but that is something they do sometimes as well, is a flood concept to the non-bunch side. So right here we are actually going to deep half this guy so that the tight end seam streak is taken away better, because they don't have the option to fade the tight end on hot routes. So that is just why we deep half it there. He goes post and he takes the flat, interesting, and he gets into a 3rd and 1. Not going to break down like every single thing right there though. If you guys watch the my young Kiv game, you would see Kiv calls this combo as well. They are good friends. Streak, deep curl, I'm pretty sure they labbed this combo together. And then tight end drag, inverted whip. What this tight end drag will do, or what this streak will do, it'll pull this deep blue inside over here. So good job by him. And then this drag, it'll occupy my user and it'll occupy this hard flat, pulling the hard flat down so that this wheel could get above it. And since this guy's getting pulled on the third, this wheel will just be wide open down the sideline. As you could see, we just gave him too much room, so he was able to score. So a good drive by him. And we get it out to about the 38. Good return of my own there. We're going to try and run the ball here. Started out against Dollar. Just got to establish some kind of run game. And Krosky, 99 COD. You only really need 90 COD to speed burst. But there is not really like a cap on it. So again, since we're going to run the ball on first down, if we get in a 2nd and 3, guess what we're doing? Run the ball, this time with an RPO, an I-form slot. So that is a very, very underrated thing. By the way, if you guys want to learn how to play offense like me, I'm going to be coming out with an ebook very soon, in the next week. Probably, not this Monday, but the next Monday after that, after MCS elims is over. By the way, this is a $150,000 ladder game, so not the game itself is for $150,000, but it is qualifying for that. And if we win this game, very good things will happen for me. So right here, the corner just gets above, the hard flat and underneath the deep blue. And I don't know why he's not like switch sticking onto it or anything, but the fact of the matter is it's open, so we're going to take it. You can't give these players too much credit sometimes, because sometimes the little basic things will actually work. Right here, he's just in spread D line on the 5-yard line. We're going to take that. And you know what? Fancy complained to me. I played him a few days after this game here, and I beat him again. That was a good game as well, but I beat him there, and he was really complaining, how I ran the ball so much. Guys, if you are in a spread D-line formation on defense, you got to have either a really good run shoot, or you got to pinch your line, have a secondary defense to call on early down so that I do not run the ball on you like this. Do not make the same mistake that he is making here, because that is the fundamentals of Madden, and it is very, basic stuff that it shouldn't be something that you're having a problem with. But I'll take advantage of it. Right there, he just QB juked up the middle with the exploit, and he's going to flip his bunch to kind of like throw me off essentially. But since I don't even adjust on defense, it's not going to throw me off, because I'm in the same coverage every time. All I got to do is flip and we're good to go. Right there, he called the what's it called? He called the same combo. We just switched it onto the wheel. And pro tip here, we're making sure that our corner on the hard flat is the 3rd closest DB to the sideline. He is the 2nd closest. He's the 1st closest. And these two are the ones who will get blocked. The 3rd closest will not get blocked. And since he's in the flat, that's perfect for the RPO. All we got to do is make sure that the inside, seam streaks are taken away quick, because this guy is still out there. So that is just something to keep in mind as well. We do have a vert hook there to help it, but just make sure that it doesn't get above the vert hook. So he likes to take that running back flat in that play. And what this play will do is it'll, he has like a post, streak, drag, and then corner, running back flat. And that's pretty much making this cloud pick between either the flat or the corner. So a good concept there. And then he has a few backside routes to really stress what we're doing on defense. We could have had a better switch stick, but I'll live with that, getting him into a third down here. So we're going to contain every play as well because he just QB juked. So hard switch stick onto the hard flat to take away the corner. Switch stick over there. He gets a really lucky animation, actually. So we'll be there quicker next time. Just, you know, he was able to get it in front of me. So that happens sometimes. Right here, he goes to doubles. We flip doubles formation. You want your middle third on the wide side so that if they go double streaks on the wide side or streak fade, that you have, you know, the middle third to help with that. Because if they're having two guys go vertical on one deep blue, it just won't line up very good. So he just hits a nice in-breaking route there. That's, you know, quicker than my zones we're playing. Everything's taken away. Beautiful. Throw out a sack. Beautiful. 3rd and 1. He just runs the ball. Nothing much to break down besides. We just want to show you guys the run sheet real quick. So he was just able to get me, you know, snap the ball before I was hovering over the center. And if we were hovering over the center, probably with this guy, since this guy would take away this lane here, we'd take this guy, since we're hovering over the center, just loop around into this gap. If he takes it outside, we're going to have these corners to help. But that was kind of my responsibility. I did miss a dive tackle there, but he did kind of quick snap me. So see, first things first, just switch stick that corner. Second thing, watch for the area that we're, you know, leaving with that. And then he just takes it underneath route for 4 yards. That's fine with me. Not giving up a touchdown, not giving up a big play. Make sure that middle third is here. Bring him down so the seams are taken away because we don't have a streak to worry about, being that we're so close to the end zone. And he hits a nice running back streak there. So let's just get back on offense. What we're thinking right now, if we could continue to play offense, if he's letting me do it easy, running the ball, we'll take that. And then all we need is one stop on him. And then from there, since we're running the ball so good, we could just chew the clock out and have success that way. So let's just score here and see what we could do after that. All right, so we return it out like pretty far here, down to the 40, because we have human joystick on cross key merit with 99 COD. And that's just like a very, very good combo. Here we're going to run dive. He's setting up a loop, but since the way this blocking works is this defensive tackle in the middle is getting double teamed by the left guard in the center. But after that happens, he's shooting with his user around into this gap, and he has like a looping guy here. This guy's going to the second level, but 52 Humphrey, he's gonna peel off and take this guy away before he could get to me, and then hopefully this guy gets to his user, and then either we'll have a run up here if this guy doesn't shed inside, or we'll just be able to, you know, bounce it out to this gap. Hopefully that this guy gets taken away so that we could do that. And right there, we just completely cut around and completely go against, you know, what I was thinking. But we're just, as you could see, there's just plenty of room to run the ball. We're going to run the ball here. We were actually in a gun formation there because we wanted to throw him off, and we still like the run look against that. So here we just go to split close. Let's see what we got. Let's see what combo we call. Yep, this combo does a great job. It is very hard for this guy to make it out to this, you know, this motion wheel. And if he does, he's going to have probably this guy in a deep blue, this guy in a deep blue. And what that'll let me do, he's going to have to take his user, since this guy's blitzing. He's going to have to either user the running back on the Texas or user Thornton on the reverse whip. And then if he does that somehow, we have a high-low read on the left. So right there, wheels kind of there. Texas, I would have rather thrown the whip because that, you know, the Texas could have got knocked out. But we're lucky that it wasn't. And we'll live to see, you know, some more plays here on offense. Right here we go inverted whip. That just does a really good job at getting between the zones. So like, think if he's calling, and what he's doing here, he's going deep blue, inside or outside third, inside third, hard flat. What that'll do, his user is now responsible for the middle of the field. And since he's way over here, we just have that guy cut right into the middle between everyone and just kind of get in a zone where it's hard for his user to really, pick that out of a crowd of, people. So right here though, this is just like really attacking the middle. This corner is going to take his switch stick, and then from there, since he really doesn't have like a lot of yellow zones, he's in cover 4. This guy will stop below the deep blue. This guy will stop below the deep blue. This guy takes the middle. This guy takes the middle. So just a ton of stuff for him to worry about. And we take the corner, and not a great read, but we were able to click on an aggressive catch it. Notice how we're chewing the clock here. Wait till under, make sure that it goes down under 2:30 so that we could chew it out to the 2-minute warning, and it does beautifully. The reason we snapped it with 2:33 left is because we know 3 seconds will run off by the time the play finishes. So that is what we're doing. We're just running the ball, nothing much to break down, trying to manage the clock. Hopefully we get, like a 2nd and 1 would be the dream, so that we have more time to chew. Beautiful stuff here, and we end up doing it. We end up take a play to what's it called, get to the 2nd down. It was a 2nd and 9, but then we just ran it for a 1st down. So right here we don't want to score. We'd rather get down, chew the clock a little bit. And what I'm thinking is, would you rather tie the game and give him time to go down and score, or would you rather chew the clock out, give yourself a chance to either take the lead or only be down 4 points going into half, receiving? So we're just doing anything we can to chew the clock and maybe score a touchdown. So right here I would have scored if it's presented to me. I will score, but if not, I'll take a sack. So let's see what happens here. Motion wheel, and he does a solid job guarding these 2 guys with just 1 player. Basically, this outside corner is responsible for the flat, and then if he takes the flat, maybe the corner would get above it. But since he has a good switch stick, the post, the Texas, the streak, they're all kind of taken away. We're just going to run around for as much time as possible, take a sack. That 15-second differential from the 30-second play clock will put it down to about 15, and then the kick will take about 2 seconds. So we're looking at Fancy having about 13, 12 seconds to score. And we're just going to play very, very conservative defense here. If he throws something up, he throws something up, but he gets tackled in there. So we're down 4. We receive at half, and this is not, a terrible place to be in. So we're still in the game. We're just hanging around. He's a good player. We just want to hang around just long enough to, be in striking distance for the end of the game. Beautiful stuff there out of Krosky. His user is just responsible for so much with all this room here. And if he was in like nickel over with 4 down linemen, there would be less room. He would have to pick either the middle gap or the B gap. There's just so much room in dollar for his user to have to be responsible for. So like if you guys play dollar, try to get the user in situations like this where you could just burst around to this kind of area where his user won't be able to make it to you. So we just really speed burst with that human joystick, and that's kind of why we have this 50 commanders team essentially. And right there, I had some bad stick work towards the end of the play, but let's see what happens with the blocking. It's working very favorably for me. See how I think this is a left tackle. He cuts all the way in to this defensive tackle. My tight end kind of is taking this guy out of the play, and then my center and my right guard are playing so good. My right tackle is playing super good, or my right guard maybe, super good, going to the 2nd level and blocking their DBs. And we just have such a gap to speed burst up the middle there. So he actually has to get out of that defense, seeing how good we were doing in the run. And right here, basically what we're saying is you're going to have to hard flat your outside corner to defend this, because say it's man, this guy will be manned up. They never man the outside corner on the tight end. We have the RPO. I just have this player up because that's where it was paused. But if this guy's manned up, the flat will get out for about 3 yards, which, we'll take it. We just want to see what he's in really on 1st down, since we have, 2 or 3 other plays to really convert. So that is what we do. And so now, with him defending that on this play, he's hard flatting this guy, deep thirding this guy, or deep halving maybe. That's leaving him susceptible. I don't know how to say that like, but it's, you know what I mean? Like, he's now in a position where he could get beat by streak fade, making his, deep blue pick between one of these two touchdowns. And that's a game where I'll take my 50-50 chance at scoring a touchdown. And if you have a good enough switch stick, which he might have a good enough switch stick to defend that, I'll have two underneath routes that'll give you a really hard time as well. So we're here. We're just gonna continue to run the ball though. Like he just stood no chance. And Dollar, I don't know why he went back to Dollar after he saw me have to call a different play and mug, obviously. But we'll take, if someone wants to put themselves in a disadvantage, we're gonna be very happy with that. So we'll be willing to take advantage of putting people in what's it called, like formation disadvantages essentially. So he hits a tight end there on a post. We're really just worried for the streak on Thornton. As long as the streak on Thornton is taken away, we're happy. So like, if you get 5 yards there, eventually we'll be there. So but he takes another drag, so fine with me. Like, if we're taking the streaks away, we're taking the post, the corners away, eventually he's gonna make a mistake. So okay, corner out, good play, he just overthrows it. So like right there, like we're putting him in a situation where he still has to let the play develop to where he could hit a read, because since we're in this cover 3 every single play, same adjustments. And guys, I don't need to switch my play. This is a top 10 player in the world, easily top 10. Guys, I'm running one play. How many times have you seen a player run one defensive setup the entire game against a top 10 player in the world? I'll wait, because nobody does. And what we're doing here, the reason we call this, it's very basic. We know where our DBs are going to be every time. We have reps switch sticking onto these guys against certain formations. We know the routes that people like to call. We are learning so much by doing this, because when he snaps the ball, he sees cover 3 every time. It's the same thing that he sees, but he does not know in my head that I'm going to switch stick onto a different player every time, and I'm downloading all of his concepts in my brain. So like, say I see running back wheel streak, I know now, drag, whip, curl. Like, and I could switch stick onto this guy and take the curl away just because I see that guy on a wheel. Like, he does not know what is going on inside of my head, as opposed to me calling, different plays like a normal defensive player would do. They'll call cover 2 one play, man 1 play, cover 3 1 play, and they'll see it quick and they'll be like, okay, you're in cover 2, I'll just take my fade, I'll just take my streak. You're in cover 3, I'll just take my whatever, take my corner out, stuff like that. So we're able to get him into a 4th and inches here, because we just have people in cover 3, a ton of people able to be in the vicinity to tackle the ball carrier. So you see his player move his foot back right here. See how this gap is here? That means it's the auto motion play. It's either the wheel, the RPO they call, and this guy could be on a flat in the RPO. But with this wheel play, they sometimes just hot route it onto a corner fade streak or corner streak fade. And basically the reason they do that is because they have a running back cross route, which really pulls this hard flat zone behind the line of scrimmage here. So it leaves the corner route with more space to be thrown. And with all that going on, he'll have like an inverted whip or something. So that's exactly what he does. We're able to switch stick it, but he catches it. So we kind of knew, like, since that guy moved back, that was a potential concept he was going to call. And he did call it, but just didn't work out for me. So now he's just moving down here in the red zone. Funny thing, we're just going to run commit here, because in cover 2, when you run commit, you have all these yellow zones. And see how they run down all like they're blitzing? It looks like these guys are all blitzing right now. And the funny thing is, some people have like a drag and they'll panic throw, and these guys will sit back. Like, see how they go like back super quick like that? They'll sometimes throw like a quick route over the middle, and I'll get a stop out of it. So like, if he threw the tight end here, Bullock is there to pick it. And we're just using one of these. Like, if he threw the running back, it would have been picked. Like, so many things that, you know, could have happened, but he gets down to the 2-yard line. I'm willing to take that risk with the run commit thing though, because it's first down's a time where he might call a run actually, and it's just such a good like, I've been tricked by that in ranked games before, so it's such a good risk to take for me. Right here, watch for the RPO with my user, but also watch for, you know, deep. That is exactly what almost happened here with the Urlacher. That is kind of the, I think we run commit? We might have ran commit here, honestly, just to catch him off guard. And see how Urlacher's on a vert hook, but he goes so far down here. And then he throws it, and Urlacher, like if we had lurk artist or something, that would have been easily picked. But yeah, so right here, vertical, or what's it called? Running back wheel and trips. So he just had a good red zone play, honestly, man. So run the ball on first down, set up a combo on second this time, just to, you know, try and catch him off guard, and we pay for it there. I don't know how that guy came in free, but he did. So but very good concept by me, bad defense by him. And what this will do, this wheel, this fade, the fade will pull the deep blues back, the Texas will take the kind of the zone down, and then the wheel will be in an area down here for 30-40 yards of between the deep blue and the flat, and hopefully they don't switch stick it. And if they do, we have, you know, the tight end post and the Texas route, obviously. So just such a good thing. I like to call that against like stock cover 3 shade down or stock cover 4 shade down, because most of the time they're not paying attention to, like, they'll see the wheel go out and they'll just see it like as a flat route quick, and they just won't look at it deep. So sometimes you have that. So we're just going to run the ball. He has Fright Train now. Just going to, you know, get it to the 4th here. And that'll give my players like a rest. So it'll give them more energy back. And right there, Krosky just breaks that first tackle, gets solid 8 yards. We'll take this to the 4th quarter here. And we might run dive here because we're on, you know, a 2nd and short. If we're in a 2nd and long, we probably pass just because we got to make those yards out. But since we're in 2nd and short, and you know what? Right here, we'll just break down the blocking real quick. This guy's looping. He's going to get, you know, blocked. Hope, you know, these guys get double teamed. And that, see how that center kind of like went off of the defensive tackle and went to the linebacker once he saw him coming across. That is what will happen, hopefully, for you guys against the loop. And Krosky with the Fright Train, he just breaks the tackle in for a touchdown. So now we're in a position where if we get a stop, we could really chew this game out, you know, and just win the game that way. So streak, watch out for the streak out there. And he's trying to chew the clock out here because he really has no chance to stop me. We've just been running the ball, and that is a very tough thing to stop someone from doing when you're in dollar. So and I'm assuming he's comfortable running dollar. So not a lot of the pro players have like a run play that'll give dollar a hard time. Not a lot of people are very creative with that kind of stuff, but I'm willing to get, you know, take the tools that they're letting me use. Right there really should have been picked, really deeply should have been intercepted here. Same kind of thing with that, you know, the corner route where we just switch stick it, and hopefully the things pan out the right way, but it didn't. So he goes to doubles. What we're gonna do, we're gonna man up the 2 receivers on the wide side, keep, you know, a cloud vert hook, and have a vert hook on our user. So really trying to take away like middle of the field and the sidelines essentially, and he just goes up top to his 96 speed receiver. So can't hate that, you know, throwing it up to your fast receiver one-on-one. That was actually a solid play. Not like a good play, but just a smart play. So watch out for the tight end corner here. That's like his favorite thing. He goes tight end in and just jukes up the middle with his QB. QB juke doesn't take a lot of skill, but he likes to use that exploit for his offense to help him, you know, get bailed out of some tough spots. And he just takes his touchdown here because he does not have enough room to really chew the game out. So if we could chew this game out, we're trying to just run the ball on first down. We're going to be able to chew this thing out and just win the game that way. So as you could see, this time we cut it left. We're on the left the left of the defensive tackle because his user was really committing down to the right side. You'll see as the play happens, like, okay, he's in mid blitz now, but not in mid blitz, just mug. And we're going to run to this side where, see how that outside corner followed? It's because it's man align. And what this RPO will do is it'll dumb these man ups out and it'll give me open space to run. So the only people that we're really blocking here is one of these guys right here. This guy's probably going to blitz up the middle. All we need to do is block this guy. His user won't be able to make it out here. So let's see what happens. He tries to user that top left safety, and he, you know what, we'll take our 3 yards or whatever when we're chewing this game out here. 3rd and 11 though, so tried to run the ball again on him, and we just got to he calls a timeout. So really far for him to take a timeout, honestly, because we still got a lot of room to get down the field here. We go back to that wheel combo though. We just take him quick, settle for being in a 4th down. I knew I was going to be in a 4th down when I threw that wheel, so, but I just wanted it to be a better situation because I didn't think anything was going to be open late really. And right here, the clock, like, we wanted to call this play quick, and it really didn't matter because if we didn't get this, it was going to be game over anyways. But the reason we called like a combo quick is because if we got stopped, we still have 3 timeouts. So like we technically could have gotten a stop and ball back with like 10 seconds, but we're really, with this combo though, it's a good combo. So this drag will occupy the whole middle, and then this reverse whip occupies the same area, but just, hopefully this guy pulls like a zone across, and then this guy will be open late, and then obviously the corner beats man in zone. And then this curl, it gets under deep blues and above vert hooks, hopefully. So see his users here, hopefully he just goes to the drag and leaves this open because this guy won't be in a vert hook, he'll be in a deep blue. So exactly what happens. We threw it quicker than I would have liked. If we waited, that, obviously that player would have backed up a little bit, giving me a more open window. But since we didn't have time in the pocket, we just had to throw it, get it out quick. Right here, we just run it, and we're going to see how we slow down till this guy gets close. We just score easily. 16 seconds left, and this is really, if we could play good. I mean, he still has 2 timeouts, which is a lot of time and 2 timeouts to get 3 points. So I mean, I wouldn't have went down. Like, if I could go back in time, I would have just scored there, because under 20 seconds it really takes a blunder from you to give something up. And we get it down at the 20, which is a good sign. And what we're gonna do here is, most of the time we'll put a 30 flat and a 15 flat, and we try thinking about it, and we go double Mabel and prevent, and then just see, like, we blitz one person and then see if they, throw like a pick, or we just try and have everything covered. But right here we go clouds and just make sure the deep sidelines are covered and the deep streaks are covered. And he's able to, what does he do? Could have been like a pick right there. 11 seconds left. I don't know how he could, we go deep half on both sides to take away the bombs. Back up, hopefully Nubin here to, take away the deep stuff. And since our flat is super far back, he's able to hit the corner underneath it, and he's at the 41. So realistically, he needs about 15 yards here because the kickers are insane in this game. So with Aubrey, you need about 15 yards to get to like the 45 so he could kick. So we actually go to the defense here. These are on like 5s or 10s, and these are on like 20s, and then deep 30s and deep halves to take away the bombs. And we're just blitzing one, and what happens? He just runs with his QB, and he actually gets those 14 yards, 13 yards or whatever to get into range. So let's see, we ice him. Let's see what happens here. Not ice. We're gonna user this guy, and we finally, no, I'm just kidding. He nails it. So you know what happened when he hit that field goal? I just closed my eyes and took a deep breath and said, it's gonna be one of those games, man. But light cheat steal, we win the tip off, we kick off, we elect to kick because we trust our defense. We trust that he's gonna lay down. So you just can't make it up sometimes. Last time we played Fancy, we got into overtime against Fancy and we got a fumble there. This time he takes a hit, doesn't fumble. But let's see. We just set up, a cloud to take away the corner. Watch out for anything over the middle. He takes an underneath route. That's fine with me. Gets enough for a first down. Using this guy. Watch for the run shoot here. Flips it. And yep, he does not have that guy super far back. So we know it's probably not streak fade corner on that side. And he goes QB juke with the exploit. Rolls out. Doesn't get anything. And 2nd and 9. He goes to doubles. Make sure that, that inside third is on the wide side. Okay, we see early this tight end is going on like a drag. We see him on a streak. Make sure that we switch stick to take away or kind of just use her around here to take that away. Make sure this, this tight end. And we see this running back going out quick. So, like, I'm not thinking about this. Like, I see it, and my brain is just making a super, super less than a second, reaction on this. I'd probably run towards here to take away the tight end and this guy, and then switch stick to take away the running back. And that is exactly what we do. Then we see post and, inverted whip, and we just take away everything, and he gets sacked. So 3rd and 21, we're going to shade down by hitting wire triangle down on the right stick and then wire triangle up on the right stick. That'll turn, this guy's in a purple zone stock. So every time normally we shade down, every play, wire triangle down on the right stick. But since we want those hard flats to be turned into clouds, which play deeper and take away corners and posts better, we shade up. So especially in this spot, we're fine with him getting 10 yards here because it'll still have him in like a 4th and 10. So that is what we do. Make sure everything deep is really taken away. And he gets a flag. So he called too many plays. He's nervous that, he's not going to have the right thing set up for my defense. And, just very, very good thing to happen for me, because now we could shade up and make sure that really, everything is taken away here. So pressure comes in. We're not even blitzing anyone. And all we need here, we're going to play the sticks by hitting wire triangle and then left bumper, and just move these guys back so they, everything is going to be played at the first down marker. Like this flat, the vert hooks are all going to go to this first down marker, because we played the sticks by hitting wire triangle and left bumper. And then these deep blues are just there, just like normal. Watch for any streaks, watch for anything crazy, and that pressure comes in. So all we need to do is kick a field goal. Look at these stats for a second, though. 91%, guys. 91%, and Fancy was 74. So just a way better passing game for me. Way better, less mistakes. And we only had 1 passing touchdown. But guys, we run what works. We run the ball if they're in dollar. They could complain. I don't care. We win games. We win money. I don't care. Appreciate you guys for coming through the video. If you guys want to join a server where we answer every question pretty much, to have a community where you guys could get better at the game, tournaments, all that kind of stuff, Comments has a Discord server that me and Hexseed run. Please join it. And my ebook's coming out, pretty soon. So be on the lookout for that. We will advertise it heavily when the time comes. I really do appreciate you guys for coming through the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.